Hello and welcome. My name is Richard Swift. Today I'm going to introduce you to the Manitou Agricultural Telescopic, destined for Region 2 countries, so that's countries outside of Europe and North America. The Mlt X 735-120 LSU. So what does the name mean? MLT for Manitou Loader Telescopic. X, so it's designated as a Region 2 country machine. 735, so the 7 is for 7 meter working height. The 35 for 3.5 ton, so 3.5 ton is its load capacity. 120 for the engine horsepower, so it's 120 horsepower. And LSU for load sensing, and turbo, of course, for the turbo engine. It's available in 3 finish levels, so Classic, Premium, and Elite. So in terms of the dimensions of the machine, so very important in agricultural applications for going through narrow doorways or into low buildings. We've paid particular attention to this. So the machine is 2 meters 40 wide, and notice that there's nothing outside of the engine bay, so the wheels are in the alignment and the mirrors too. In terms of height, it's 2 meters 35. In terms of length, 4 meters 87, and we've got a good ground clearance of 44 centimeters off the ground. And the turning circle, 3 meters 77. So now if we talk about the boom and the boom head, we're on a 2-stage boom on this machine, so 1, 2. Got the brushes as standard here that protect the boom structure and stop stones and debris from going down in between the plates. In terms of the boom head itself, designed specifically for agricultural applications, so an angle forwards that gives it the correct angle for digging and loading. Notice as well the weld is in line with those digging stresses and strains. A blocked out bronzed axle stop, and notice as well the tilt and crowd ram is protected inside the structure of the boom head, so no accidents can happen to the ram. So in terms of hydraulic lines on the boom head, notice they are fully incorporated into the boom head structure, so there are no hydraulic hoses protruding that can be potentially damaged. So these serve to operate the attachments that are hooked onto the front of the machine. We also have the possibility of Easy Connect system, so ECS, which is standard on the Premium and the Elite, and is an option on the Classic. That enables you to, directly from the cab, depressurize the hoses so that you can more easily connect the hydraulic couplers on the attachments. In terms of the pickup system, the attachment system, we have the quick attach system, so we can just come and pick up the attachment like this, and then fix it either manually with a bar, or we can have a hydraulic coupler system. So for the attachments, Manitou can provide a comprehensive range of attachments dedicated to agricultural applications. On this machine we have the bucket with the grabs. We can also have numerous other attachments such as bale forks, bale grabs, muck forks, big bag handlers. There's a whole range of attachments for all applications that we can find in agriculture. This is very important because basically this is what makes the machine versatile and useful on the farm and contributes to real measurable increases in productivity. So if we speak about the axles now, we have high quality Danner Spicer axles front and back on the machine. Inside these axles you have a full disc pack on the right hand side and a disc pack on the left hand side for the braking. So we have this in the front axle and in the rear axle. So we have full dual disc packs front and back. So very high performance braking, good of course for safety and especially whenever you're towing a heavy load or a heavy trailer. Also in this front axle we have a limited slip differential, and then mounted onto the front prop shaft we have a separate disc for the handbrake. Notice as well the steering rod and ram are situated above the axle, so well away from any possible area of damage. So now we are on the right hand side of the machine, the engine side. So notice a low profile bonnet for good visibility to the right hand side. A straw deflector fitted as standard, so this is protecting the air intake vent from potential straw build-up. Notice a nice, easy to open and close bonnet, so assisted by a gas strut. Inside we have a Perkins 4-cylinder 4.4 litre turbo engine producing 124 horsepower. This is on a torque converter with the Power Shuttle 4-speed gearbox, so that's 4 forward speeds and 4 reverse speeds. So in terms of daily maintenance checks, just for a reminder, so this is a 3A engine for Region 2 countries, so it's just a standard exhaust system, no DPF and no DOC. So in terms of daily maintenance here, we've got the air filter. Remember, the air filter is protected with a pre-filter, so the pre-filter is fitted as standard. That helps to keep the air filter as clean as possible. We check the oil level here with the dipstick, oil filler here, engine coolant level here with a sight window. And in terms of filters, the main oil filter for the engine is here, water separator, and then the battery is situated down here. So if we talk now about the hydraulics on the machine, it's fitted with a 150 litre hydraulic pump, so a very high performance pump with load sensing. Now load sensing means the oil is only sent when it is needed and where it is needed. So that avoids any unnecessary pumping of oil and potential wasted energy. Now because we have load sensing, it means that we can do combined movements, so we can, for example, lift the boom and extend the boom at the same time, and we can also do this even at low engine RPM. So if we talk about cooling, cooling of course extremely important on an agricultural telescopic, so we've paid a lot of attention to having a very high performance cooling system. This machine is fitted with a reversible fan as standard, so at the back of the radiators here we have the clean fix system, so that reverses the airflow every 3 minutes for 30 seconds, and that serves to blow out any debris or dust that may have accumulated in the radiators during work. In terms of the radiators themselves, there are 5 in total on this machine. So we have one here for the engine coolant, a second one for air, a third one for the transmission oil, and a fourth one at the front here, behind this cover, for the hydraulic oil. And then finally, in the engine bay, a radiator for cooling the fuel here. So now we are at the rear of the machine. Notice first of all the low pivot point of the beam, so good visibility to the rear of the machine. The diesel tank is here, filler cap situated here with a tether so that we don't lose the cap. For the longitudinal stability indicator, we have a strain gauge situated on the rear axle just here. On the back here, standard equipment, the rear view mirror, the lighting for the registration plate. We also have a socket, electric socket for the trailer lights, and a hydraulic line for the trailer brakes, so for hydraulic trailer braking, and a standard hitch for trailers. Now we can fit extra hydraulic lines here if you want to, as an option. So now we're on the left-hand side of the machine. The hydraulic oil reservoir is here, with the filler for the hydraulic oil situated here. And notice the sight level glass here for checking the level of the hydraulic oil. Air conditioning on top of the cab, so it's not underneath the bonnet. So this is where it functions the most efficiently, away from the heat of the engine. Full glass door, so for good visibility, glass lower part of the door here. And this is a door that separates into two parts. So you can open the top part and fold it back for better cab ventilation. So before we get inside the cab, if we just have a quick look round outside, it's fitted with work lights, so 2 at the front and 1 at the rear as standard. It's also possible to have 2 at the rear as an option. We can also have work lights on the boom head. You can have 2 work lights as an option. Fitted with road lights, of course. In terms of windscreen wipers, very well equipped. A total of 4 windscreen wipers on the machine. 1 on the front windscreen, 1 on the roof, 1 on the rear, and 1 on the side window on the boom side. If we have a look at the cab opening, so nice, wide opening to the cab, easy access, and with just 1 step up so we can get easily in and out of the machine. So if we have a look inside now. So now we're inside the cab. We can open the door, the top half of the door, with the button here and swing it right back. So it locks here at the back automatically. So inside, everything nicely laid out. The steering wheel is adjustable in its length and in its height. So we can either adjust the length or the height and lock it here underneath. Nice, easy to read dash, radio, the basic buttons. Here we have the 4-speed power shuttle transmission. So this is what enables us to select the gears. We have the gears indicated here, the gear positions. So basically it's 1 back right, 2 forwards right, 3 back left, and 4 is all the way top left. Basically we select the right gear for the right job. So we will say, for example, if we're going to be digging in hard ground, we would select first gear. If we're going to be loading, for example, heavy muck, we would select second gear. If we're going to be, say, towing a trailer in the field, we would take third gear. And if we're going to be working on the road, we would select fourth gear. So we select the right gear for the right job. Here we have the different steering modes. So we basically have 4-wheel crab at the front here, 2-wheel steer in the center, so just the front wheels are steering. That is the position we should take when we're driving on the road at higher speeds. And then the position we use the most regularly is the 4-wheel steer all the way to the back. So all 4 wheels are steering for the tightest turning circle. The JSM just naturally comes under your hand with an armrest, so it's very comfortable, very natural position. What we call the FNR, so forwards, neutral, reverse, just at the click of a button. The rollers here, we have 2 rollers. The upper roller controls your attachment. The lower roller telescopes outwards and inwards the boom. In terms of movements, pull back on the JSM to lift the boom, push forwards to lower the boom. pull towards you to crowd the attachment and push away to tilt the attachment. So it's very, very simple and intuitive to use. We also have sun blinds, sun blind on the roof and a sun blind on the front. Press the button for it to come back up again. We also have a phone support for putting your phone in. If I get my phone, press the two buttons at the bottom and it opens out automatically. Put your phone inside and tighten up. Next to that, here, there's a 12-volt plug, so you can charge your telephone. Lots of storage in the cab. There's storage here. There's storage behind me. There's another storage compartment down here. And then the air vents. We have air vents here and here. So everything well laid out and easy to use. So now if we just explain what the different buttons do here on the dashboard. This one is for the fog lights. This button here is for the reversible fan. So if it is not activated, the reversible fan will not work. When this is activated, the reversible fan will work automatically. So as we explained earlier, going into an automatic reversal every 3 minutes. This button here just serves to light up the alignment lights. This light will come on when your front wheels are aligned, and this light will come on when your rear wheels are aligned. So it's basically helping you to get your wheel alignment right when you're changing steering mode. The hazard warning lights, and then this button here, this is like a declutch button. So when you activate this, if you're in forwards and you're driving forwards, you can hold the machine on the brake, and as soon as you start coming off the brake, the machine will move forwards again. So it enables you to hold the machine on the brake and control it. Whereas if this is not activated, you cannot hold the machine on the brake. The machine is too powerful. Here we have what we call the parachute button. So when the forward movement of the telescopic boom is cut off because we consider the machine is unbalanced, you can override that by holding down the parachute button, or in this case the parachute button can actually be switched on full time, and that enables you to cut off the feature of movement cutoff. Behind the JSM there's another button here. This button serves to cut off the JSM. So basically I press this, and if I have a load on the front forks and I'm driving down the road, I do not want to inadvertently tip my load onto the road or push my elbow into it inadvertently and create an accident. So by pressing this button I basically cut off those movements. The forwards, neutral and reverse button still works, it's just that the hydraulic movements of the boom are cut off. To finish off on the cab, just regular maintenance aspects. At the rear here, behind this plate, that's where the fuses are. Behind this cover here, if we take this off, this is where you put your washer fluid and brake fluid. And then at the back here we have the cab air filter. Which is situated here. So it's easily accessible. So in this machine we have a comfortable cloth seat with a headrest. It's fully adjustable. I'll just show you now how that works. First of all, the seat is an air suspension seat, so it needs to be adjusted correctly to your body weight, the body weight of the driver. As you can see here now, the indicator is showing red. That means the seat is incorrectly adjusted in relation to my weight. To adjust it, you just pull out the lever here and crank up the seat, and you'll see as I'm increasing the pressure, the weight indicator is turning green. And when it's fully green, with the black bar across the center, like that, there, the seat is correctly adjusted. So now I have the right suspension to drive the machine correctly. It's adjustable forwards and backwards, of course. A long way backwards, so for people with long legs, gives you the right adjustment. We can adjust the backrest as well. So to conclude, remember I said this was an agricultural telescopic. That means this is not a construction telescopic just with agricultural stickers on it and agricultural tires. This is a purpose-built agricultural telescopic for agricultural applications. It's built to last and to be reliable. This is our proven bestseller, so it's providing comfort, high performance, versatility and value for money. Thank you.